Welcome back to another under 450k video, and in this video I want to talk to you exactly which markets that you should not consider investing into. And some of these markets are talked about widely amongst property communities, property forums, and are even sold by buyers agents. But these are the markets that I definitely would not consider investing into for various different reasons, and I'm going to go through four of them for you. And before I jump into those markets, if you have not already, make sure you pre-order the Property Blueprint Education Program. It is going to be released this week on April 12th. It's an absolute no-brainer if you want to learn the best investing strategies, locations, and the best criteria to choosing the right location and choosing the right property to invest into. Then you need to join this program. It's an absolute no-brainer. It's $299 and the full price will be $599 once it's released on April 12th. So make sure you buy it on pre-order to get that little bit extra discount. You know, when you're buying a $1 million asset or a $500,000 investment property, having that little bit of education is going to help you so much. And you only really need to buy one property to make your money back. So I've put my heart and soul into this, so make sure you go pre-order it. It's extremely cheap. As well, you get 6 months free access into the private community, which is worth over $200 in itself. So you're getting a double bargain. So make sure you go pre-order it. Let's get back into the video. And the first two locations I want to talk to you about is Mickleham and Beveridge. These locations are being actively pushed by buyers agents for off-the-plan properties as well as established properties because they get kickbacks from the sales agents and commissions. And so you really need to be careful about who you trust when buying into these locations. As you can see, Mickleham here is a new suburb. There's a lot of new cookie cutter style properties and developments happening here. You can also see that there is a vast amount of developable land around it, and you can already see roads and footpaths have already been made for new developments and new homes to be constructed here. And so if you're getting sold an off the plan property in Mickleham, then you need to run away. And I'm going to go deeper into it as well. And this is the same with Beveridge. You can see that these are newer suburbs. And I remember 3 years ago watching a video about some sales agent promoting this area about the next place that's going to boom. Trust me, guys, these locations are not the right type of investment that you want to be investing in. The last thing you want to do is invest in an off the plan property that hasn't been built already, that looks like every other single home out there, that has no benefit to you, right? There is infinite land supply around this. It is quite far away from Melbourne compared to some other northern Melbourne suburbs, and they're just going to keep endlessly developing as uneducated investors are pushed into these areas, and that only creates a supply issue. And just to show you how that looks, if we go to HTAG in Mickleham, we can see that over the past 3 years has been very little or no growth, which in some instances is a good thing because it could mean that the market will start to move again. However, for us as investors, this is okay. But what really concerns me is when we look at the building approval, we can see 1,030 approvals. So that potentially means another 1,000 new homes coming into Mickleham over here, right? And if we don't have the demand to meet those 1,000 new building approvals, then house prices will continue to stagnate in this area. That alone would tell me I'm not going to invest here because these building approvals are out of control. Only that, we can see that the vacancy rate is 4.19%. That is very high, right? The national vacancy rate is around 1%, and then this suburb has 4%. That means that people don't want to live here. And that means raising rents becomes very difficult, and finding tenants also becomes quite difficult. So we need to be really careful about buying in certain locations. And all we really have to do is actually look at the realestate.com, and we go to Mickleham, and I went to the rent, by the way, house 3-bedroom, and I took all the ones that are secured by a deposit, and we can still see that there is 505 properties within this area. And if we look at this in the map view, it doesn't look very great. You just can see the sheer number of rental properties available for people to rent out. And these are all investors who bought probably off the plan properties that are now looking for a tenant to put in here and get a return on their investment, which they're probably struggling with. And in a very similar vein, when you look at Beveridge, it also has quite a number of investment properties or rental properties on the market that all in the 450, 480. A 4-bedroom house going for 450 rent is crazy. I know locations in Bendigo and Shepparton which will get you above 500 for a 4x2 and for a much cheaper entry point. So this really concerns me. And if we also look at the beverage data behind it, we can see the buy price is $660,000 and the yield of 3.6%. And if we scroll down once again, we can see that there's about 550 new houses coming in with the vacancy rate of 7%. It's quite ridiculous, right? This is the type of investment that we would not be touching and that you should be avoiding. And any buyer's agent who's trying to sell you these properties, shame on them, because it is not the right thing to do, but they still do it. And uneducated investors will go and buy in these locations. So please, if you see someone or you hear someone about to buy an off the plan or about to buy a property in these suburbs, tell them to be careful. It is not a wise decision, in my opinion. Of course, at the end of the day, it is your choice, it's your life, and it's your investment. I can't control that. All I can show you is the statistics behind it, the vacancies and the building approvals, and also show you the live market of what it looks like, and it doesn't look pretty. And for this sort of budget of $660,000, there's probably 10 or 15 other locations which you could consider investing into, which will give you a better yield as well as a better return on your investment. So do better and look at better locations. And there's also another 2 locations I want to talk to you about. And before I go any further, if you have not already, make sure you join our private community. There's over 190 members currently in the community sharing investment locations, tips, advice, and the best locations to buy into. It's an absolute no-brainer. There's reviews for you to go through and also read yourself and learn about the community. There is so much templates, resources, and links which you'll be able to use. It's $35 a month. It's an absolute no-brainer. Make sure you jump into the private community. And just to give you a little sneak peek, this is the Discord community where I answer different questions every single day. We have different state channels, weekly community calls, exclusive content. We even talk about renovations and repair, as well as a mortgage broker to help you answer your questions on a daily basis. So do not wait any longer. 190 members are already benefiting from this, so make sure you jump into the private community as well. All right, let's go into the next 2 locations that I want to talk to you about. Now, the next 2 locations that I want to talk to you about is Emerald and Collie. And once again, I have seen on property communities, property forums, and people talking about on YouTube about these locations, and I want to just bring your attention to them as locations that I would not personally invest into. And to give you a bit of context, I'm a long-term investor. I hold properties for 10, 15 years to make sure I go through a couple of property cycles. And the reason I like to invest long-term is because I don't want to actually think about the property on a daily basis or on an yearly basis every 1 or 2 years. I just want to buy, set, and forget. That is my strategy. And when you buy into Emerald and Collie, these locations have a very specific reason as to when you buy into them. And that is if you are looking for a short-term growth, right? Very short-term, very sharp growth, and then you can make some money out of these locations. But as a long-term investment, it is not a good idea. And there is one specific reason for that, and that is because of its lack of economic diversity. Now, you may have heard, if you're in the property community, in the property sphere, that a buyer's agent has made some good money out of these locations. And he has, right? When you look at the data behind Collie, you can see that over the past 3 years, it's had 68% growth. Now, this is partly driven by the back of Perth's insane growth over the past 3 to 5 years. But if you really start to zoom out of this location, you can see that Collie has had a significant dive in the property value between 2010 and between 2019. And you can see it's quite cyclical. In a very similar circumstance, if we look at Emerald and we go all, we can see that it has ebbs and flows where in 2011 to 2017, it went through a massive downtrend and now it's back on the rise again. Now, these locations, they're not necessarily a one-trick pony, but if you look at the data behind them, for example, when you look at the Central Highlands or where Emerald is, you can see that it's mainly mining dominated. There's about 35% of the jobs come from mining. So what happens when mining collapses? People leave the area, and when people leave the area, we see an increase in supply, which means a decrease in capital growth or capital price. And we can also cross-reference this if we went to the ABS statistics and we looked at Emerald, for example, and all I have to type in is industries, and you can see that coal mining takes about 16% of the employment in Emerald. And likewise, if we look at Collie, we can see that coal mining as well takes about 12% of the actual employment within these areas. So for those reasons, I would not be considering Emerald or Collie as an investment location. And I would generally say for most investors who are set and forget and long-term investors to forget about these locations. Now, when can you consider these locations? You can consider these locations if you are a very high risk investor, if you're looking for short-term capital growth, but then you have to understand that there is high risk associated with these locations, and if you hold too long, you could lose a lot of money, as people have in the past. So please, if you decide to enter these markets for whatever reason, you enter them with a clear strategic plan of when and how you will invest in the type of property you will buy, because if you make the wrong decision, you could be left in the hole. In the same way that I give the same sort of information regarding Darwin and Palmerston City, it's a short-term play. And so once this growth has peaked, a lot of the investors will start to leave, and then we should start to see the growth in these areas start to flatten out and possibly, and most likely, fall. So for that reason, I would not consider investing into these locations. If you have any questions at all, make sure you jump into the private community. It's an absolute no-brainer at $35 a month. The price will be increasing soon, so make sure you jump in now while it is so cheap. Till next time, thank you.